to Lily. So it looks like I'm in the picture now for telling and recording my story. And of course, this whole topic of stuff for me was very, very timely because I moved from an enormous big house to a little 2-bedroom house and was confronted with that whole, what do I do with my stuff? And this, well, shortly after I passed 70, I really did wonder why I'd stayed in that big house. It was really more than enough for one person and 2 cats. I had 4 bedrooms and 4 sets of stairs. I had a big garage and a basement, and every room was packed with furniture and things, wonderful things that I'd bought and cherished. You know how it is. You go someplace and you just love this little thing. But I knew that my house was worth a lot and the profit would help me secure my retirement. So I started shopping for a smaller, affordable place with no stairs, something, that would work for me and my cats and be comfortable and safe. And I found this suitable 2-bedroom place in a senior community and have a garage, and I didn't have a basement, but I had all this stuff in this big house. How was I going to move? How was I even going to decide what to take? And really, it was, how could I even part with my treasures? The first thing I did was I took a bunch of clothes to Goodwill. Yeah, but they just heaped my donations into this big old bin. And hey, that was $150 blouse there. They didn't love my treasures. They didn't appreciate it. I really, if I had to get rid of them, I wanted to find people or charities who would appreciate and love my treasures. So the first thing I did, I started with Nextdoor. You guys know about Nextdoor, and posted free things. And the first collection was my CDs. I have pretty obscure music collection. And I suggested somebody who collected weird music might be interested in them. And the person that I connected with ended up being vital to my whole moving operation. He was the key man. Don, he had a pickup truck and he had experience helping people with cleanouts. And he was a Berkeley guy, bless his heart, and he's all about recycling. And he took my barbecue and he took blankets and quilts, and if he couldn't sell them or use them, he would take them to Urban Ore. Now, Urban Ore, if you don't know, is a big warehouse of recycled architectural goods or household goods. And Don was all about the Urban Ore. And he was my knight in shining armor. Well, so I'm going through my pieces and I get to my antique dresser. And it was hard because it was the first real piece of furniture that I had after my divorce that I bought that wasn't a hand-me-down from any place else. And I remember making installment payments on that dresser, and it took me a couple of months to pay for it before I could even take it home. But it really had meaning. It was emancipation for me after the divorce. But I didn't have room for it, so I called the Oakland Museum. I don't know, you guys know about the Oakland Museum White Elephant Sale. It's held every year, and it's a huge warehouse, bigger than a football field, maybe 2 football fields. And I always like their cause, of course, which is the Oakland Museum. And I called them up and they said, yeah, we'll come. They'll take your dresser. And I was a little surprised because those places had been a little picky. And this young couple shows up and they love my stuff. It turns out they were a husband and wife, and they loved that dresser. I said, really? Okay, well, how about this Art Deco lamp? Yeah. Well, how about these paintings? Yeah. I was like, yay. That really made me happy. They liked my stuff. Well, later I found another charity. It's called Out of the Closet. It's on 18th Street in Oakland. And I like the idea of them because their profits go to AIDS research. And the woman at the counter there loved my art too. And I was bringing them a few things, couple of trips. One trip, I was there, come out, and I see a young couple. It turns out they were brother and sister in the parking lot with one of those rented U-Haul pickup trucks. And they had just obviously been picking up a couch from out of the closet. And, they were cute, and she was like an Amazon goddess. She was beautiful, tall, long hair. And here's me. You need another sofa, making a joke because clearly they've got a sofa. I've got a sofa bed at home, and thinking they'll go yuck, yuck, yuck and laugh it off. But no, they look at each other and they say, well, we could use one in the other bedroom. I said, great, follow me home. So I lead them into my house, complete strangers, up 3 sets of stairs. They haul down that sofa. And, they go, and they were so sweet and grateful. And I said, well, they were complete strangers. That could have been risky, but it was lovely. It was so funny. Well, Don, my hero, continued to help me for weeks, either to take things to recycle or take to the dump or find a new home for. He was my gift, I'm telling you. So, but after a few weeks, I'm finally getting down to where I think I need to be. Like Joel said, in my neighborhood, people left free things out on the curb, to get rid of them. And I had just done the basement, and I pulled out a whole bunch of boxes of Christmas stuff. And the next day, it's sitting on the curb, and I look out my bedroom window, and a man and his young son pull up, stop their pickup truck. They jump out, and they took 4 or 5 huge boxes of Christmas stuff. I just thought, wow, those guys must really love Christmas. And I cleaned out my basement. So I guess I'm down to almost the last day before the moving truck comes. And a young man is looking over at my stuff on the curb, my free stuff, the other free stuff. And he's a little scruffy, and I'm out there watering the roses or something. I say, hey, you need a file cabinet? I've got one upstairs. Well, yes, I might. My whole apartment is stuff from free curb stuff. So off, I said, come on in. Open up the 3 flights of stairs, and like it's a little wicker file cabinet, and it was really cute. And he was on foot, and it wasn't that heavy, but he was trotting up the hill with my wicker file cabinet. It was great. The whole thing, of course, was definitely stressful. I let go of my stuff, but I expected it to be harder to let go of my precious things. But oddly, I don't even miss the stuff. I can't hardly remember what they were, but I do remember Dawn, who saved my sanity. And I remember that Oakland Museum white elephant sale couple who loved my stuff. I remember the Amazon princess and her brother who took the sofa, and that scruffy guy on the street, and the man and his son who really loved Christmas. I knew my treasures were loved.
Thank you. Thank you, Claire. Oh, I'm so glad you retold that story. That was a story that came up in the beginning of the class, and it felt like it laid the foundation for the class. And I've referred back to that one again and again as I've been cleaning out stuff around here. And it really taught us something. There's an old Jewish saying that said, a baby's born with clenched fists and we die with open hands. And there's a way of giving stuff away there. I just love that spirit there. I also love something it illustrates about storytelling, which is every story, while it explains and teaches something, it also poses a question. And this one poses like a really specific question, which is, what is Don's phone number? because everybody wants Don, and I see Sharon.
Berkeley guy. I'll,
So,
I'll put it in the chat.
now later we'll reach out to you. Those of us in the class can reach out to you for that, because I was thinking, well, I want Don's phone number. So thank you so much, Claire, for that
You're
story.
welcome.
Now we got a treat from a storyteller